employment rate. But first on 6 tonight, Tulsa City Council works after hours to tackle a full slate, including an illegal immigration crackdown, new discrimination rules, and the biggest issue of all, how much money city departments have to spend next year. Emery Bryant's live with all the new details. Emery, there was so much ground to cover, the councilors had to take a breather for a while tonight.
Well, they did have to take a break. They started meeting at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and they've been going almost continuously. Just now really getting started on the budget after covering a couple of controversial policy changes. The first was a sexual orientation policy that added, and they approved this measure, that added a sexual orientation clause, making it a protected class in city employment, the same as age and gender and race. So that is a new policy of the city of Tulsa approved tonight. They also had a long discussion about a measure that would crack down on immigration policy in the city of Tulsa, bringing back, making the city verify citizenship of new employees, its contractors and subcontractors. Councilor Jim Maltino proposed this. It ended up going down on a vote, on a split vote, but not until it was after a heated debate.
It is your duty to uphold this law and is required by us as legal Americans to demand that you stand up for citizens.
The situation that's being created with this type of language, this language leads to bias, hatred, and animosity when you grab one particular group of people and you label all of them as criminals.
But again, that measure ended up being voted down by the council tonight, much to the enjoyment of a large crowd there that was watching, that was arguing against it. A large room, very full, heated debate literally because the room was very hot. But that ended up going down on a split vote of the council tonight. Terry?
Emery, what about the investigation of Terry Simonson, the mayor's chief of staff? Wasn't that supposed to wrap up today as well?
Well, it was, and it ended up not really being wrapped up. They met for an hour with the investigator that presented his report to them. They were going to release that tonight, but they decided they needed a little more time to talk to that investigator. They're going to end up talking to him next Tuesday morning to get the report from him. It ended up being a little bit of controversy because the mayor wanted to be in on that meeting. They ended up kicking him out. He ended up going to get a legal opinion saying that he could be in there, but the city council still wouldn't let him be in their executive session as they discussed this investigation into his chief of staff. Terry, back to you.